हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू टारगेट नीट वन सोल्यूशन फॉर ऑल योर क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस। फ्रेंड्स, जैसे कि आप लोग जानते हैं, हम यहाँ बायोलॉजी की एक सीरीज़ चला रहे हैं जिसमें अपन डेली क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस करते हैं। सो आज ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी का सेकंड चैप्टर ब्रीदिंग एंड एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैस के प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन और इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन देखेंगे। फ्रेंड, बहुत सारे बच्चों ने कहा है कि उन्हें फिजिक्स के लिए चाहिए, केमिस्ट्री के लिए चाहिए और कुछ और सेशन चाहिए अलग अलग तरीके। तो फ्रेंड्स, आप आपके फ्रेंड्स को बताइए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, वीडियो पे कमेंट कीजिए। अकॉर्डिंग टू रिस्पॉन्स अपन दूसरी सीरीज चालू करेंगे। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट ब्रीदिंग एंड एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, lungs are made up of air filled sac. The alveoli, they do not collapse even after forcible expiration because of option A, inspiratory reserve volume, option B, tidal volume, option C, expiratory reserve volume, or option D, residual volume. And the correct option for this is option D, residual volume. Now to question number 2. The partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli of the lung is option A equal to that in the blood, option B more than that in the blood, option C less than that in the blood, or option D less than that of carbon dioxide. You will get 30 seconds for each question to answer. And the correct option is option B, more than that in the blood. Now moving to question number 3. Lungs do not collapse between breath and some air always remain in the lung which can never be expelled because option A, there is negative pressure in the lungs, option B, there is negative intrapleural pressure pulling at the lung wall, option C, there is positive intrapleural pressure, option D, pressure in the lung is higher than the atmospheric pressure. And the correct option is option B, there is negative intrapleural pressure pulling at the lungs wall. Now moving to question number 4. Reduction in pH of blood will option A, decrease the affinity of hemoglobin with oxygen, option B, release bicarbonate ion by the liver, option C, reduce the rate of heartbeat, or option D, reduce the blood supply to the brain. And the correct option for this question is option A, decrease the affinity of hemoglobin with oxygen. Now moving to question number 5. Name the chronic respiratory disorder caused mainly by cigarette smoking. Option A, respiratory acidosis, option B, respiratory alkalosis, option C, emphysema, option D, asthma. And the correct option for this question is option C, emphysema. Now moving to question number 6. Asthma may attribute to option A, inflammation of the trachea, option B, assimilation of fluid in the lungs, option C, bacterial infection of the lungs, or option D, allergic reaction of the mast cell in the lungs. And the correct option for this question is option D, allergic reaction of the mast cell in the lungs. Now moving to question number 7. Name the pulmonary disease in which alveolar surface area involved in gas exchange is dramatically reduced due to damage in the alveolar wall. Option A, pneumonia, option B, asthma, option C, pleurisy, option D, emphysema. And the correct option for this question is option D, emphysema. Now moving to question number 8. When you hold your breath, which of the following gas changes in blood would first lead to the urge to breathe? Option A, falling CO2 concentration, rising CO2 and falling O2 concentration, falling O2 concentration. Option D, rising CO2 concentration. And the correct option for this question is option D, rising CO2 concentration. Question number 9. Approximately 70% of the carbon dioxide absorbed by the blood will be transported to the lungs. Option A as bicarbonate ion. Option G in the form of dissolved gas molecule. Option C binding to RBC. Option D as carbinohemoglobin. And the correct option for this question is option A as bicarbonate ion. Now moving to today's last question, question number 10. The figure show diagrammatic view of human respiratory system with label A, B, C, D. Select option which give correct identification main function of the characteristic. Option A, C, alveoli, thin walled vascular bag like structure for exchange of gases. Option B, lower end of lung diaphragm pull it down during inspiration. Option C, a tracheal long tubes supported by complete cartilaginous ring for conducting inspired. Option D, pleural membrane surrounded ribs on both sides to provide cushions against rubbing. And the correct option for this question is option C, alveoli, thin walled bag like structure. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Friends, बहुत सारे बच्चे बोल रहे थे कि उन्हें अलग अलग सीरीज चाहिए, तो आप कमेंट कीजिए, अकॉर्डिंग टू रिस्पॉन्स अपन दूसरी सीरीज चालू करेंगे. Thank you for watching this video. Like the video and subscribe to the channel.